Hi, Rowan Stevens again from Epping CFA, and welcome back to our 2020 Virtual Open Day. What we have for you now is our third and last appliance here at the station, which is Epping Pumper. Epping Pumper is an urban-based appliance, really designed for residential industrial firefighting. If we have a look at the front of the truck, it's based on a Scania cab chassis, so one of the bigger appliances throughout both the CFA and FRV firefighting fleets. On this truck we carry a variety of different radios, warning controls, as well as a remote controlled spotlight on the roof. As we move into the back seat of the truck, this is really one of the big advances that have been made in the fire services locally in the last few years. We also have the inclusion of what we call breathing apparatus integrated seats. And what that means is we've got 3 individual seats in the rear of the truck for our crew, but 2 of those crew, as we're actually travelling to the job, can actually pre-connect and pre-equip themselves with breathing apparatus on the way to the job. The benefit of being able to do that, it speeds up our ability to get to work as we arrive on scene. So, for example, we arrive at a house fire, we've got 2 breathing apparatus members available to go within the first kind of 15-20 seconds, rather than having to wait a minute and a half for them to get ready. As we move around the truck in our lockers, this locker includes all of our suction hoses, so we can actually suck water out of dams, swimming pools, or a static water source. We carry a variety of different miscellaneous tools on this truck, including lighting equipment, brake and ender equipment. We carry a big slide-out locker, or slide-out tray here, which includes some additional adapting and adaptive pieces for our pumping operations. We carry some more lighting and tools in this truck, and most importantly for a pumper-based appliance, we also carry what we call a positive pressure ventilation fan, and that helps us get smoke out of fire-affected buildings. As we keep on walking through, we can see this here is what we call our ground monitor. A ground monitor effectively allows us to run a lot of water without having to have crews actually hold that hose and try and hold that jet reaction. So we can do that in a safe manner and put a lot of water on that fire quite quickly. We have some basic firefighting equipment in this locker, including both some extinguishers. We include our large foam branch for foam operations, as well as what we call our cooling chairs at the top. And cooling chairs effectively let our members who have been wearing breathing apparatus or working quite hard at the job to actually cool down quite quickly. Over the back here in the rear locker, we have what we call, it's a dead reel, which means there's no water inside this hose, but we carry a number of lengths on the reel, as well as a short length on here, so in total about 75 metres worth of hose. This reel actually pops out from where it is and gives us the ability, rather than have to try to pull hose around corners, it allows us to swivel that reel and actually point it in the direction of the fire and where we need to pull that hose. The other benefits for this particular arrangement is it also includes an electric rewind mechanism on it as well, so to save a lot of that handling that the crews need to do on scene when they're actually finished. One of the other changes from the older traditional pumpers within our fleet is the deliveries, and that's where we hook our hoses up to get water out of the truck, actually come out of the side of the truck rather than the rear where the operator's standing, which makes it a bit more flexible and a bit safer for the pump operator. Over to the rear, a variety of different adapters and matching pieces, as well as what we call our flake tray. And flake tray is effectively hose that we would actually run back from the truck to wherever our fire hydrant is, or perhaps another truck supplying water, and do so in quite a quick manner without getting any tangles with the hose. So we carry 3 lengths on here, so 90 metres worth of hose, as well as the hydrant on top. To the rear, this is our very complicated but quite practical pump panel. So the pump on this particular truck, as opposed to the tanker we showed you earlier, will pump up to 4,000 litres a minute. So as opposed to the tank, which is 950, 4,000 litres a minute gives us a much better capability to be able to put water on the fire. And if we're looking at some of the bigger appliances that this truck might be supplying, anything up to one of those big ladder platforms or telebooms that are used within the organisation, this truck can supply all the water those trucks actually need on its own. So a much bigger step up in capability for a brigade like ours. Over this side is a very similar arrangement to the other locker we've just shown you. More flaked hose, matching pieces and a branch. We also include what we call hose patches, which just gives us the ability where a hose develops a hole, which is pretty common at a structure fire, ability to put a patch on to limit that leak. As we move around to the passenger side of the truck, another one of those dead reels, exactly the same as on the other side. We carry additional hose storage on the truck, which we can use at any time. We also have our high-rise kit, as well as our quick attack pack as well. And that's effectively pre-deployed hose that's been made up, either flaked or what we call a Cleveland lay in the quick attack pack in these two, and they allow for quick and rapid deployment at an incident. Here we have a range of divide collector breaches, which allow us to divide or collect one hose into two, or two hoses into one. And we also have our decontamination kit up here, which allows typically our breathing apparatus wearers who might be covered in debris from a house fire to be able to clean themselves down before they get back to the station. Finally, in this particular locker here, we have a couple of additional breathing apparatus sets, some break and enter equipment for that BA crew. We do carry a range of different first aid equipment on this truck, including a defibrillator, an oxygen kit down below, and also a first aid kit. We also carry a variety of different earplug safety glasses and drinking water as well. In here, to complement the big ladder we've got on top of the truck, we carry our little giant ladder, which is a little A-frame ladder that helps out with access. And then finally, we have our ceiling hooks and traffic management equipment in this locker of the truck. So as we look into the rear of this truck, much better access. It's been enabled by the use of a scanning vehicle. That step drops down, and again you can see the amount of room our crew's got in the back, also with separate air conditioning at the top. So a much better appliance than what we've been accustomed to in the past, and far more capable. So that's it for Epping Pumper. Again, thank you for joining our 2020 virtual tour of Epping's fire station, and keep an eye for further videos during the course of the day. Thank you.